Okay, we're continuing where we left off with creativity part 2. So what we're going to do is look at these movies. You can read this little piece here. I'm not going to show you the films now, but you can look at them, and then you ask the participants, did you hear someone address a really unpleasant reality? And of course you did. The unpleasant reality was when John Aarons shows them that they got way, way less power than they thought. A green storyline. Yep, Gene Kranz says we're going to find out who made every switch. We're going to fix this thing. We're moving forward. Then the very famous and very emotional failure is not an option. Emotions here. Yes, there's glad group with the people that won the argument. Mad, Gene Kranz's fundamental statement is anger. Sad, people thinking about what happened to the crew. Scared, and love for the crew. So was Gene Kranz 100% committed? You bet. Braveheart. It's about, well, the setup you can read here. Little piece. Unpleasant reality. Yeah, a guy says, fight and we might die. And William Wallace says, yeah, fight and you might. Really important piece of reality. The green storyline. Yes, but would you trade every day from, and said, refuse to fight and you will be dying in your bed later. I guess in those days, people probably didn't live much past 35, 40 years old. The green storyline is that you might be willing, when you're dying on your deathbed, wish you had traded every day from today to that day to have one chance to get your freedom. Strong emotions. Yeah, he cracks a joke about shooting the British with his eyes and bolts of lightning out his ass. He's mad about loss of freedom. There's sad, there's scared, and there's love of country. Is William Wallace 100% committed? You bet. Miracle. Wonderful story about winning the Olympics in 1980. Interesting thing, at that time, the Cold War was in full swing. Looked like the Russians were ahead technologically. Things looked really bad for the country. We had, around that period, these 18% interest rates and all these other financial problems. So to see address an unpleasant reality, yeah. Coach Brooks says, if we played them 10 times, they'd beat us 9. Green storyline, but not tonight. Is there glad? Yeah, there's smiles on the faces of the assistant coaches. Is mad? Yeah, Coach Brooks once again using anger at situations. Sad, the team getting ready to think about what they're going to have to go through. A little bit of scared. And love everywhere. Affection for each other, affection from the crowd. Tons of it. Was Coach Brooks 100% committed? You bet. Did he transfer it to the team? You bet. Kind of a fun joke here. This, of course, is Noah's Ark, and he says, oh, crap, was that today? Then we watched the Dead Poet Society, and it's about seize the moment. It's about the fact that don't waste time. It's a beautiful film clip. So about a life of purpose and consequence. Look at this, Socrates, ancient Greece. The unexamined life is not worth living. I love this quote by Katharine Graham. She was, her husband was the publisher of the Washington Post. He was mentally ill. He committed suicide in their home. She took over this newspaper, ran it wonderfully for many years. And this is one of her quotes, and I really try and live by this. To love what you do and feel that it matters. How could anything be more fun? And this is a dancer. I thought this was really something. There is a vitality, a life force, an energy, a quickening that is transferred through you into action. And because there's only one of you in all time, this expression is unique. And if you block it, it will never exist and it will be lost. Martha Graham. So what am I committed to? I'm 100% committed to living the mindsets of gratitude, abundance, and selfless service, enhancing my contribution to the world and others' lives. I'm 100% committed to serving my wife, my Japanese in-laws, my children, grandchildren, depending on which. By the way, I'm 100% committed to my wife. I'm 100% committed to fielding the broadly spreading the world's most efficient leader and team development processes. And I'm 100% committed to a legacy of contribution now focused on human development. Note, about 60% to health excellence. So go to your workbook and write down your commitments. There's a little table there. And then we're going to get up and speak those to the room. And the reason we're going to do this is that when you speak these things publicly, you must move them to a different part of your brain, and they will have much more contact and power. For those of you that have coaching, post-workshop coaching, share your outcomes with your coach. If the coaching isn't part of the program, I'd go ahead and skip these slides. Most of our coaches are master certified coaches, over 2,500 hours of training. Clients experience something that's very hard to get in this life: unconditional positive regard, full self-expression in an environment of mutual respect and joint discovery. And this is what I think is the difference between consultants and coaches. Consultants bring you a fish. Coaches teach you how to fish. In other words, consultants answer questions, help solve your problems, and coaches won't do that. My coaches are very rigorous. They will not tell anybody the answer. That's the 4D coaches that work for NASA, over 20,000 coaching hours in the last decade. Here's your check sheet for what you're going to do when you go back to work. Let's see, here's some interesting, something important here. Go and continue writing down your outcomes and commitment levels. Don't stop now. Go back and use a word processor and think more deeply about this. What you did here was just to jumpstart the process. And run an elephants in the room exercise. You can get the slides that I used here early on from our web. And the payoff is creativity and joyful life of commitment. Our takeaway page, we have comments or questions from the group. And we head into drama. And thank you very much, and we'll pause here.